Well, it was about 10 to 1 in the morning, so early hours, and there was a call to a large fire at a furniture warehouse in Preston on Ribbleton Lane, and initially 2 fire engine and crews went from Preston. They got there and said, "Oh, this is rather bigger than we can manage," and before very long there were 14 fire engines and crews, 3 cherry picker, that is aerial ladder platform vehicles, jetting water down onto the fire, totting up to about 80 firefighters in total, and that went through at that sort of level until around 6 a.m. this morning, and then it sort of tailed off by about 7 a.m. to just 6 fire engines and crews, and at the moment they're in the process of sifting through the rubble of the fire and checking out to find a cause, really. So it's a case of going through it, looking for any forensic clues, conducting interviews with anybody who might be able to give any information. So it was a single-storey building, the roof's all gone in, the interior and contents burnt away, of course. So pretty ruinous, really, in terms of the scene this morning. The challenge to firefighters was to prevent the fire from spreading to the neighbouring buildings. If you see the locality, it's surrounded by other manufacturing units and industrial units, so it was a case of keeping the fire on site.
And the fire was developing rapidly, so what we did, we put into place a plan whereby we were effectively just going to stop it spreading to other buildings around it, which we've achieved, and it took a lot of work and it was very difficult, but they managed to do that because the gap between some of the buildings was around a metre, which is nothing in fire terms, so they've managed to stop it spreading. It has resulted in the gas being cut off to a couple of units in the area, electricity being cut off to some units in the area. They're now working to get that back on. The problem being they've got to isolate this unit from that electrical supply before it can come back on. That may well be it going back on. So that's inconvenienced some of the business in the area, but we've tried to get those open and back trading as soon as we possibly can. Ribbleton Lane was shut this morning during the rush hour. We tried to get that open as soon as we possibly can. That's now open. We've done that by moving hose lines, taking feed from different areas, reducing the amount of water we're using. St Mary's Street's now open, although in one way only from the oil lane, but we expect in the next 3 hours for that to be fully open. We've now got Crook Street open and Campbell Street's pretty much open as well. So we're trying to get it back to business as usual as quickly as possible.
Okay.